Hey guys, what is going on? Smart Mark Video has recently released two shows. That I was at both of them. And this was the reason I'm doing. I mean, I could go on forever for the DVDs that shows that I've been doing stuff, but uh, this weekend was it was a very good weekend for Midwest wrestling. Um, very good shows, both shows. The first one was the Friday night show, May 11th, and was Fight Sports Midwest in Portage. And then the other one was IWA Phenomenal Invasion 2, and that was May 12th. That was Saturday night show. Um, this um, this was a crazy fucking weekend, to be completely honest with you. It was just crazy. Like, oh man. Uh, well, Friday night show went alright. It was a pretty long drive. And the funny thing about it is, like, the weekend before, me and my girlfriend decided we're not going out of state for wrestling shows anymore. We're not going to go out of state. That's one thing. Well, gas prices are like $3.50, $4, and we're not going to go out of state anymore. And it was like 6 days later, we were in Indiana at this wrestling show. Um, and then, like, that went alright, but, I mean, it was a long drive. It was almost an hour. And then we got back at, like, 1, bed by 2, then work at 7 o'clock the next morning. That's the one thing about the wrestling shows is that I do still have to work on the weekends because, unfortunately, wrestling tickets and DVDs don't pay for themselves. Neither does gas. And then, like, Saturday, I don't even know what happened Saturday. Like, they were doing downstate. It was about an hour, hour and a half. Some local WCCW, Windy City, no, not WCCW. I'm fucking retarded. WCPW, Windy City Pro Wrestling, was doing a show that had Joe and Saban and Christopher Daniels on it. Which Christopher Daniels got to start there. That's how I first heard of Christopher Daniels. Was that I always go see him wrestle in WCPW. And my girlfriend's little brother wanted to go to that, and like I don't know, somebody drove him down there, and then like back up for that show, like in like the time, and so like halfway through, somebody came and it was just, I mean, we were all over and tired from the night before, and oh my god, it was just crazy. It was oh fuck, I'm already 2 minutes, no fuck, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes into this fucking video. I haven't even started talking. Oh my god, I'm gonna do two separate videos. I'll do a second one later about the wrestling. This one just about the fucking crazy shit that we go through with it. I don't even know why we do it. So it was just a crazy weekend. Like, oh my god. Um, you know, but hey, I mean that's what we do, right? That's why we do this. Go to wrestling shows. Probably 2 or 3 weekends a month. We probably average 4 or 5 wrestling shows a month we go to, um, and we love it. We really do. Something you can't put a price on. It's been my passion for as long as I can remember. I was never, I've been, I don't know, I don't think I've ever told anybody how old I am. I'm 17 years old. And for as long as I can remember, I've loved wrestling. But I've never been concerned with what was going on TV. Like when I was a little kid, when they would do in the early 90s, I was 2, 3, 4. I was never really, never really, I didn't really follow WWF and WCW at that point. I would get tapes. My dad's best friend was a huge wrestling fan. Like, followed it for 30, 40 years, however long, and he would get tapes from Japan, and I would watch All Japan Pro Wrestling when I was a little kid, like when I was 4 and 5. And I mean, I didn't even understand the commentary, but I loved it a lot more because these guys, I don't even know why. I was way too young to analyze a match or what, but um, these guys just hit each other harder, and I don't know why, but I've never really been that into like what was on free TV and what was going on here, or like what was going on TV. And then I got a little bit older. Then the Attitude Era. I did watch a lot of that stuff just because um, uh, it was all over. Like, I mean, I was like 10, 9, 10, like when the Attitude Era was at its height. Like, and it was everybody in school was all about WWF at the time. And I'm like, guys, I have tapes of Misawa and Kawada beating the shit out of each other. And they're like, dude, The Rock. I'm like, fuck you. So, I mean, yeah, I watched a lot of that stuff just because I'd have been a fucking loser if I didn't. And then, like, just recently, about 2002, that's when I found Ring of Honor. And I actually did find Ring of Honor because of Christopher Daniels. Because Christopher Daniels wrestled for WCPW, like I said, and I found out he was going to go wrestle in Philadelphia for a company called Ring of Honor. And I mean, somebody told me, or I'd seen it on the internet. I think I saw it on the net. He was going to be in Philadelphia. And so from day one, I've been following Ring of Honor. And see, I go off on these fucking tangents, and I forget what the hell I was talking about to begin with. Yeah. And I mean, and that's that's what I'm into now. I'm not really into a lot of the WWE or TNA right now. I love independent wrestling. Like, that's just that's my passion, and I go to, like I said, about 5 shows a month. I mean, as much as I can. Luckily, I thank God, or whoever's running the show up there every day. He was lucky enough to bless me with a girl who she doesn't mind driving an hour with me to go see guys beat each other up. And, she's willing to bear that cross with me, and, but, I mean, that's just what we love, and we go to a lot of shows, as many as we can, and, we love it. I was supposed to make this video and talk about how good this wrestling was, but I'll make another video about that. But yeah, man, like we love wrestling, and this weekend was crazy. This happened to be a crazy weekend with a lot of funny stories. I could do a third video about just the stories from this weekend. My God. I mean, it's just we love wrestling, and we go to, like I said, any show that we can get to if it's within reasonable range. Like, we're not driving from Chicago to Philadelphia, but anything within reasonable range we try to go to. We love it. I love it, she loves it, and we just our friends, we go with our friends. And I mean, and that's that. Like, that's the life I want to lead. That's the life we want to lead. So I mean, I probably won't make a lot of videos about WWE or TNA, and I know that people who do really don't get the, I don't want to say respect, but they're not as talked about. I've been talking about independent wrestling, even not just on YouTube, but on the internet. Like, there's no like real site for independent wrestling. Like, the PW Torch is like, every once in a while. I mean, they do like the updates and the previews for independent wrestling, and once in a while you'll see like a Ring of Honor article. But like, other than that, I mean, there's really no outlet for guys who want to talk about independent wrestling. So it's like, what do you do? Do you swallow your pride and just start talking about what's on TV, or do you stick to your guns and just hope that one day there will be an outlet for guys who like me and like Oliver Scott? I'll drop his name. Who just who like independent wrestling and don't really want to talk about anything else. But I mean, I guess that means that we'll never be pro wrestling journalists, and we'll never be on PW Tour.